Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and I almost feel a little silly giving this recipe, if you will, an entire video because it's so simple. There's so few ingredients. But you know, years ago, when somebody said something about a sheet pan dinner, I thought, what are they even saying? Sheet pan? Like, what are we talking about here? And then it became so popular, it's almost like you just throw a few things together and that automatically becomes a good recipe, a sheet pan dinner. Well, this is, and I wanted to share it with you just because I made it a couple of weeks ago and I'm craving it now and I want it again. Not that I have cravings that often, but it was just so good. It was just absolutely delightful. So this is one of those days where the bad weather is supposed to move in tonight. We could get between 1 and 2,600 inches. That's what they're saying on the news. So I'm putting a lot of stock in that report. And so I'm going to fix something that's very substantial, probably call the neighbor later on and go, do you want to come over and eat dinner with us? And you know she's not going to have anything made because everybody's just talking about the weather. Nobody's talking about anything to eat. So we're going to start out with a butternut squash. This is an organic butternut squash. Just a helpful hint, if you live in my area and you think that the big store has the best prices on produce, and particularly organic produce, organic butternut squash is more expensive at our big store than it is at our local Good Measure market, and they always have such beautiful produce there. There's nothing yucky or anything questionable about it. I don't even know that our big store has organic butternut squash, but just a fun fact, if you live in my area, then you might want to check out Good Measure Market because they'll surprise you with their produce. It's really good. So we're going to use about half of this, and if you know me, it takes me forever to peel a butternut squash, so we'll do this in fast motion or just do a little bit of a recording of this and then we'll get on to the next ingredients. So few ingredients, but they are so delightful together. If you've never tried a butternut squash, I think you're going to be surprised at how good it is. From the inside, it looks like a sweet potato, but the sweetness is just it's toned down a little bit. It's not super sweet like a sweet potato, but it really is good. But my favorite thing to peel it with is just a vegetable peeler. I don't use this just a whole lot on stuff like this, but with these, the skin is a little bit hard, and so it helps. But when you can cut it off in slices like that, it's really helpful. And my dogs are having a fit because they think they're going to get some of these as a snack. Probably not, but anyway. We'll get through this. We're only going to use about half this, so what I might do is peel the top half for now. We're going to cube it up, and then I'll get to the bottom half later on. Cube these whatever size you want to, but just remember, the more surface area and the smaller the piece, the less time it takes it to bake in the oven. So I'm going to do these a little bit on the smaller side, not just super tiny though. Okay, so this is about the size we're looking at. I call this about the size of a dice. Okay, I'm taking this zip top bag. This is what I keep in the refrigerator, and it has olive oil in it. It's kind of coated in it. Of course, I'll add more olive oil to it, but I'm going to put all these parts into this gallon Ziploc bag because it's morning right now, and I'm not making this until tonight. And that's probably one of my favorite things about this meal is that you make it ahead of time. Like say you're going to have company on a Friday evening. Thursday night or Friday morning, you start chopping up your vegetables, put them in this bag, put it in olive oil, and they're ready at the last minute to toss on the sheet pan, which is what you're going to bake it on. Okay, here's the next ingredient that we have. It's just russet potatoes. These are organic russets, and I just scrubbed them really good. And we're going to cut those in sizes similar to the size of the butternut squash. Now, if you have a favorite seasoning you want to put on these, by all means, feel free to use that. Just know that the meat that I'm going to choose to use on mine really has enough flavor for the whole thing, but I'll add a little bit of salt to the mixture too, along with the olive oil. So this is our russet potato pieces. You know I like my little gadgety olive oil container. So you pop this back and the lid pops up and it's got a little spout right there. We're just going to pour enough olive oil in there to coat these real well. Seal it up. You could add your meat to this right here, but I find that it's just easier to toss these on the baking sheet, and then while they're starting to bake, go ahead and chop up my smoked sausage to put on there, and it doesn't take near as long to cook as these do to be done. I mean, technically it's done when you open up the package, you just need to heat it up. So these will take about 20 to 30 minutes to cook, and then we'll put our smoked sausage on there later on. But we'll do that later on tonight, and I'll show you that process when we get to it. For right now, these are just going to go in the fridge. So we're almost ready for dinner right now. So see you in a bit. All right, we are ready to start baking our potatoes and our butternut squash. So this just has, right now it's just tossed in oil. And you see that this is a dark pan. This is my broiler pan from my oven, and I think it's going to work great for this because it absorbs that heat. And I just think it roasts great. Normally I would use a stainless steel pan, but this one is the perfect size. A little bit larger than most of my pans. All right, I'm just going to put salt on this. That's all it's going to take. And you can put pepper, rosemary, whatever you want on yours. If you have a special seasoning you like on these. Now notice my smoked sausage is not in this yet because I'm going to cut it up, but I'm going to give these a head start on roasting because they require more time. So let's put those in the oven. My oven is set at 400 degrees. I have Brussels sprouts in there that I'm also making a video of simultaneously with this. So we have our smoked sausages. I took these out of the freezer yesterday. These are jalapeno cheddar pork smoked sausage. And these are, I want to say they're Members Mark brand. They came from Sam's. And they're so, so very good. They really are very good. A little heavy on the jalapeno, not too heavy though. I think jalapeno tastes fabulous. But if you don't like the heat, you might choose a smoked sausage that does not have jalapeno in it. I'm sure they make just cheddar ones. Try to choose ones that are uncured, do not have nitrates and nitrites in them. That's what these are, and that's normally what I'm looking for when I go in a store. The flavor is secondary, actually, compared to is it cured or uncured. I want uncured. We'll just cut these in little bite-sized segments about a size that would go with the size of butternut squash and potatoes that we have in our pan. And I think 4 of them will be about right for this, but if you have a larger crowd, by all means, more potatoes, more butternut squash, and more smoked sausage. Just do it according to how many people you have. This will be for us for dinner tonight, and our neighbor is coming over, and we will probably have leftovers. And that will not make me upset at all, because this is almost better. I don't know how leftovers get better than cooking it the first time. I don't know how that works, but these really are good as leftovers. They're fabulous. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, do something different. Do like shrimp, or do some andouille, or do some boudin or something. Do it. Do it. Buy that and do that. I just happened to have this in my freezer one day, and I think I had a half a butternut squash left over, and I thought, yeah, I think I'll put that together. Oh, I had some potatoes to it too. That'll give it a good savory taste. And it was just such a great combination together. I just had to share it with you. All right, I'm going to put these in here, and in about 5 or 10 minutes, I'll get my pan washed up from the Brussels sprouts, and I'll add these to my pan of potatoes and butternut squash. And then we'll roast those together. That will roast for about 25 minutes as well, which is what my Brussels sprouts is going for too. So when all this comes out, it'll be absolutely delightful all together. So we'll put these in there in about 5 minutes, and then we'll roast those along with the others, so they'll be perfectly done all at the same time. Okay, this is what our sheet pan dinner looks like with our smoked sausage, potatoes, and butternut squash. And I'm telling you, if it doesn't look exciting or colorful, I don't know what does. This is going to be so, so yummy. You can see the melty cheese in there too. Woo! And it smells so good. All right, the recipe is in the description. I'm not going to put down how many cups to use. It really depends on how many people you're serving, how hungry you are, and how much you believe me in the fact that this is really, really good. You're going to want leftovers off of this. So I'll list the things that I used in this, and then you can decide the proportions that you want. So anyway, I hope you give this a try. And this is going to go with our Brussels sprouts, our Longhorn Steakhouse Brussels sprouts that I've also done a video on. And if it's not been before this, then it will be following this. And we hope you give them both a try. So we look forward to sharing something in with you real soon. And thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.